I'm Nicole Walters, founder and CEO of Inherit Learning Company, and I'm with Travis Montaque, founder and CEO of Holler, and we are talking about the importance of staying flexible in your business. Travis, we have learned in this pandemic that anything can happen. So how are you and the team at Holler staying prepared and alert for problems that are coming around the corner?
You know, it's funny, usually when you're a startup and you're raising capital and talking to investors, you always get the question, well, what is your advantage and sustainable competitive advantage? And, when you start a company, you don't necessarily have an advantage on day one, except for one thing, which is speed. At Holler, we use speed as a superpower that we take advantage of every single day. And startups that succeed are the startups that are able to process information quickly enough and iterate. And so in a world where everything is changing around you, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's like things like racial unrest or political unrest, behavioral shifts, if you work that behavior into your startup's natural cadence of operating, then you'll be able to stay ahead of things and look at what's around the corner. At the same time, you have to do what is right for you. At the beginning of the pandemic, VCs and investors were like, cut your burn, go into sheltering mode, ride out the storm. And for many companies, that was the appropriate thing to do. But for Holler, I anticipated that demand for Holler would only go up, given that the key consumer behavior that grew messaging in the first place was people being apart. And in the quarantine, that we were seeing that behavior more so than any other time. And our distribution grew over 300% last year in that moment, because we were able to look at what was coming at us, make our own process that information, and quickly iterate based off what we believe was correct.
Travis, I love hearing about the flexibility at Holler, and I am so excited for not just what you're doing as a company, but what you're doing for the greater world. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Nicole.